dear students, welcome to the class. I am Sanjeev. In this session, I am going to teach voice. There are two types of voice, active and passive voice. In this concept, in your second year exam, it comes at 3 marks. Fill in the blanks with the right form of verb given in bracket. And later, we will discuss how to fill a blanks and based on this concept. And first, we know what is the difference between our active sentence and passive sentence. The active sentence and the subject is more important than the object. And passive voice sentence, the object is more important than the subject. For example, Raju gives a rose. Raju gives a rose. In this sentence, the Raju is a subject and this is an active sentence. And this sentence a change as a passive, and we will also write another way. A rose is given by Raju. By Raju. So in this sentence, and we give a more important the rose. A rose. And observe this, and these are steps and how, and we change an active sentence into passive. And passive sentence, and it is what is done and to the subject and becomes a more important than the as what does the action. And the sentence, a rose is given by Raju. And now we come to how to change an active sentence into passive. And there are a very easy 5 steps are there. The first one, the subject in the active voice becomes a object in the passive voice. Similarly, the object in the active voice and become a subject in the passive voice. That is the first clue or first steps of a change active sentence into passive. The subject, and you observe that the subject is a Raju and change as object in the passive voice. Then a rose is a object in the sentence and change as a subject in the passive voice. And subject become an object, object become a subject. This is the first step of a change of voice into passive sentence. Then second clue, the case of pronoun and suitable changes have to be made. The case of pronoun, and we already learned the pronouns and how, and take a subject case and object case. For example, and instead of a Raju, and we use a he. He gives a rose. So in the sentence, and the object, a he changed into the him. He changed into the him. He gives a rose is given by him. So in this sentence, it's a case of pronoun and suitable a change to be made. It's a he changed into him. And like the pronouns I become me, he become him, she changed into her, and they, them, we, us, and you, it changed into it. Like that, the pronoun and suitable change to be made. Or have to be made. Then third steps, the main verb appears in the past participle form. Main verb appears in the past participle form. We observe the example. It's a verb. The verb given is a third form or V3 form or past participle of the sentence. Then the fourth arose and its auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is generally used in its passive sentence and it is used as a main helping verb as before the main verb. Before the main verb we take auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb it's a suitable verb and based on a subject. And when the subject is a singular, use a singular form of verb, and the subject is plural, use a plural form of verb. And we already learned about the verbs concept also, and the main verb and helping verbs. And helping verb, how do we use a be form, have form and do form. It's everything. Then come to a last point or last steps, and it's a preposition. Preposition by is generally used as a passive agent. Passive agent, we use a by with the object. The by him, a rose is given by him. And if we do not use a by and it's not give a meaning, a rose is given him. And that's why we use a by the preposition as an agent of a with the object by him. And these are all the 5 steps or easy steps of a change active sentence into passive sentence. Then come to again overall its rules. The subject in the active voice become a object in the passive voice, and object in the active voice and become a subject in the passive voice. Then main verb appears in V3 forms or past participle form, and we use a passive agent by. And auxiliary verb is added and the suitable changes are. And then pronoun, the pronoun we use a pronoun, and pronoun, a case of pronoun suitable change have to be made. That is the 5 steps. Then come to how to add its auxiliary verb. And this is active sentence, activize a sentence, and we observe the tense of a sentence, tense. And this is also a helping verb based on the tense base. The first write activize, then passivize. Passivize. Activize sentence, and you already know the tense. For example, simple present tense. Simple present tense or a simple past tense. Simple past tense, or use a does, do, did. Does, do, did. And these kind of a sentence and take helping verb am, is, or, then was, were. Was, were. The simple present and simple past tense. And you already know that there is no helping verbs in this 2 sentence. And that's why we use as a helping verb. It's am, is, or was, were. Was, were. And suppose we find a does, do, did, and if it is a change as a negative sentence, and that's the time also we change am, is, or was, were based on the subject. Subject is a singular and use a singular form of verb, and subject is a plural and use a plural form of verbs. Then come to suppose the sentence in present continuous tense or past continuous tense, and we find the helping verb. It's be form am, is, or, then was, were. Was, were. These helping verb change as am being, is being, are being, and was being, were being. Then come to it's a perfect tense, the present perfect and past perfect tense. The present perfect in the active sentence, present perfect tense or past perfect tense has a have form helping verbs, that is a has, have, had, has, have, had. So these are all the sentence verb and change as has been, have been, then had been, has been, have been, had been. So suppose the sentence as the model auxiliaries like shall, will, should, can, could, may, might. So these are all the secondary helping verbs or its model auxiliaries. Shall, will, would, or any kind. So that like shall be, change as shall be. We added it's a be only. Then will be, could be, like. So this is a auxiliary verb added before the main verb in the passive sentence. Then come to the example. With the example, how to how to change a voice, the active into the passive. The first one, I take example. He kicks the ball. He kicks the ball. So this is a sentence. And how to change it into the passive, or let's write another way. And he, and you already know that subject become object, object become a subject. Subject is a he, object is the ball. So the first object become a subject. The ball is, because this is a singular and we use a singular form of verb, it's is kicked by him. The ball is kicked by him. So that is the passive sentence. We observe the subject become a object, object become a subject. Then use a by the passive agent and use the suitable form of the helping verb before the main verb. And main verb appears in the V3 form or past participle form. Past participle form. Then the same sentence, it is a simple present tense, there is no helping verb, that's why we use a is. The same sentence, suppose a change in continuous tense, he is kicking the ball. He is kicking the ball. He is kicking the ball. So this is a continuous tense and verb is a ing form. Then takes a be form helping verb am, is, or was verb. So is a present tense. So he is kicking the ball. In this sentence, change as a passive form. The ball is being. The ball is being kicked by him. Kicked by him. The ball is being kicked by him. Kicked by him. So in the sentence we observe is changed as is being. Then verb appearing. That's a V3 form and by, and also subject become object, object become a subject in the present continuous tense. Then come to present perfect. He has kicked the ball. He has kicked the ball. The sentence changed as a passive sentence. Again, the ball has been kicked by him. Kicked by him. The ball has been kicked by him. Then come to simple past. And we don't change the present perfect continuous tense. And we only change these two: simple present, present continuous, present perfect. Like the simple past. The simple past, you already know that the verb is in second form. He kicked. He kicked the ball. Change as a passive sentence. The ball was kicked by him. The ball was kicked by him. So that is a past tense, a simple past tense, and there is no helping verb. Suppose, and this is a change as a negative sentence. He doesn't kick the ball. He doesn't kick the ball, and we use a does, and does also take am, is, are. The like, the the ball is not kicked by him. The ball is not kicked by him. So that is the passive voice. Then past continuous tense. He was kicking the ball. So this is a past continuous tense and change into passive voice. The ball was being kicked by him. We observe the was had changed as a was being, and the ball was being kicked by him. So next, past perfect. He had kicked the ball. So this is the active sentence in the past perfect tense, and he had kicked the ball. So change as a passive voice. The ball had been kicked by him. The ball had been kicked by him. So we observe the had been. We added the being only. Suppose, and it is a future tense. He will kick the ball. He will kick the ball. So in the sentence we use a modal auxiliaries will and change as a passive sentence. The ball, again object become a subject ball. The ball will be V3 form kicked by him. The ball will be kicked by him. So we add just a be with a helping verb, and depending on the subject only. And so when the subject is a singular, use a singular form of verb. When the subject is a plural, use a plural form of verb. But it's a simple future, and we use a modal auxiliaries. It's a singular or plural, both which take a will only. The will be. change as a will be and appear in a V3 the main verb, and by is used as a passive agent. Then subject become object, object become a subject. And this is I took one example. He kicks the ball and change as the all sentence in English. And you are also tried that the take one more example and tried these are all the sentence into passive voice. And let me come to the point. In your second year syllabus, and your source has a question based on the passive voice. It carries 3 marks, and they give a paragraph and the heading fill in the blanks with the right form of a verb given in bracket. And there also it's given. Let me come to the it's a PPT. See how to the question rise in your exam. And in your second year exam, the question complete the following sentence by filling the right form of verb given in bracket. So this is also based on the passive voice concept, and we already learned the rules and regulations how to change a active voice sentence into passive. And this is your question number 26. The question: a few years ago, a murder dash in bracket commit. The case dash tried in the most judicial manner. The criminal dash in bracket sentenced to death. So this is a question. And we are also to find out and commit, try, sentence. These are all in present form of verb. And in passive voice and verb is appear in V3 form. Then use a helping verb. It's a simple past tense. We use a am, is, or was verb. Sorry, the simple past tense we use a was and verb only. A few years ago, this is a past sentence. That's why we use a was. A few years ago, a murder was, and that is also based on the subject. Subject is a singular, so we use was. A murder was committed, V3 form or past participle form. The case was tried in the most judicial manner. The criminal was sentenced to death. And it's need not to write a question, and you just write an answer like was committed. Second one was tried, and third one was sentenced. It's O. Then second example, a letter was sent to the French government. A prompt reply was received. It said that the machine and expert, and they give a verb could, just we add could be supplied, but the cost would be 16,000 francs. So that's verb, and you write and just was sent, was received, and could be supplied. So this is the example. And thank you. And if you like the video, hit the like button.